Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast of Utica Chieftain football on the Shelby TV network. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald, coming to you live this evening from Swinehart Field for our game between the Utica Chieftains and the Lakeview Huskies. Michael, first of all, I want to welcome you to our crew.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Happy to be here and ready to watch some great football tonight.
So as we're just about ready to kick off, Utica will kick first, and it's a chip shot. But we have our first whistle of the game. And Michael, while we have a moment, I'll give you an opportunity to break down the Huskies for us here that we're about to see take the field.
Absolutely. I talked to Coach Pat 3 before the game, and he told us that their focus was just on getting better. You know, it's the third game of the season. They had 2 non-league games opening up with their first league game tonight, and they're just looking to improve and fix those fundamentals. He mentioned blocking, tackling, and just lining up and executing is the main things he wanted to work on tonight.
Absolutely. One of the things when I talked pregame with Utica head coach Matt Maruli, when I asked him about that Huskies offense, one thing he mentioned was his defense has to be ready for the athleticism and the playmaking of Tristan Witt at quarterback for the Huskies. Again, the chip shot is fielded by Jason Azar down the sideline and out of bounds. And just like that, on the opening kickoff here from Swinehart Field, the Chieftains will have it. 1st and 10 in Husky territory.
Yeah, he was just faster than everyone else. He went straight on the line. He knew exactly where he had to be, and he caught that ball in just the right spot.
And Michael, I'm amazed after seeing that initial kickoff that was brought back, we had to do it again. I'm amazed that it worked the second time.
Hey, sometimes they don't expect you to run it twice, you know, so you got to run it a second time and sneak it right by him. And it worked out. You're a genius if it works, and you're an idiot if it doesn't work.
And just the accuracy of that kick, Azar just runs right underneath it and heads out of bounds. And as I mentioned, the Utica offense will take the field following that fielded kick. Senior quarterback Darren Welch, 11 in black, in the shotgun. And he had a game a week ago tonight against Sterling Heights Stevenson. Yeah,
Coach 3 talked about Welch specifically before the game. He called him a gunslinger, and he said that, you know, the quarterback like that, it's going to be a tough game, but he said that playing tough games like tonight are what they want, and that's why they play in the MAC.
Well, the teams are out on the field, but the officials still gathered together discussing something, and Jason Azar not happy with whatever the decision was. And it looks like the teams will flip-flop, so the Chieftain defense now taking the field.
We have an illegal first touch on the kick team. The ball will go to White, first down, Lakeview.
So it looks like we're going to be waiting a little bit to see the gunslinger himself, as the Huskies start off with this ball.
So in a turn of events, we'll see Tristan Witt, number 5 in white, the quarterback for the Huskies, take the field for the first time tonight. First play goes handoff, breaks a couple tackles. Now he's across the 50, now the 40. He's in a foot race down the sideline and finally driven out. Looks like Flowers finally pushed him out of bounds. Number 18, Anthony Flowers, the senior defensive back, able to track him down.
That was a great cut right there by Tyler Griffin on that run. He was headed to the right side, saw the opening in the field, planted his foot, and just hit and just went. And no one was going to catch him.
And one thing to keep an eye on in this game tonight, the Huskies with 3 returning offensive linemen. And they helped make that big run possible there on first down. Ball now spotted at the 18. Witt trying to go right, and he's absolutely dropped in the backfield. Great pursuit by the Chieftain defense to bring him down for a loss. Looks like the first man in there was Dylan Chase, their leading tackler, now his 22nd tackle on the year.
That was a great job of containing by the defensive ends right there. He wanted to get to the outside, but he had no ability to, because those defensive ends were right in his face as soon as he looked to turn the corner.
And Michael, that's something that we talked about very briefly before kickoff here just a few moments ago, was Matt Marulli talked about containing the athleticism of Tristan Witt, and you saw the defense was up to the task on that run. So it'll be 2nd down and 17. As a little misdirection, they go handoff again, and he'll get a couple. Looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage there, but that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they ran the same formation there as when they ran that first run for the big gain from Griffin, and this time the Utica defense was a lot more prepared to defend those lanes. We've got an injured Husky on the field.
So now following that big run on 1st down, some confusion there following the opening kickoff, gave the ball to the Huskies. If you're just joining us here, 10:44 to go, 1st quarter from Swinehart Field. The Huskies get that big run, but now in a 3rd and 10 situation, and the Chieftains have an opportunity here in just a moment to get off the field.
Yeah, that tackle for loss on 1st down was huge for Utica, because then you put them in a hole and their runs are a lot less effective. The misdirection isn't working as much. The defense knows what's coming. Yeah, some great gap work by those defensive linemen.
And you saw there a moment ago a look at Chieftain head coach Matt Marulli possibly still conversing with the referee about that call.
He'll be talking about that all game. He'll be talking about that all night.
You see again there a little bit of back and forth between he and the official, and now cracking a little bit of a smile, it looks like. So not sure what the conversation is going on there. But this is the first league game for both these teams here tonight. Chieftains come in 0-2, Lakeview 1-1 on the year.
Looks like the center, Rickendollar, being helped off the field by his coaching staff.
So an early loss for the Huskies. I did mention those 3 returning offensive linemen, Ethan Gates, Parker Engel, and RJ Hancock, the 3 up front. So it'll be 3rd down and 11, they'll say, on the 19-yard line. Witt goes handoff, but we got a whistle and a flag before that as the handoff, went to Austin Stockett.
Got a false start on number 74 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And Tucker Weddle went early, so back it up 5 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 16. Ball now spotted at the 24, 10:31 to go opening quarter. First possession of the ball game.
Might be seeing our first pass on this play.
Given the situation, you would think so, but so far they've been committed to the run against this Chieftain defensive front. They'll go play action, look over the middle, has a man, but well defended out there by the Chieftain secondary.
Almost a good ball, though. I mean, it was a little over his head, but had he thrown a little bit shorter, I think that would have been right in the receiver's pocket.
Just a little bit long, looking for Karsten Eunice.
I think he felt the pressure coming in on him a little bit, too.
And it looks like that was 5, Dylan Chase in coverage there, so that will bring up 4th down. And staying on the field is the Huskies offense, 4th and 16. Witt under center. He'll roll left. Some pressure coming, dumps it off, and that ball is going to fall incomplete on the near sideline.
Yeah, regardless of if he caught it, he was well short of the 1st down marker. So good defense by Utica there to stay disciplined and not let any big plays happen, but we got a flag down too.
Tommy Boyd in coverage for the Chieftains.
On the offense, number 59. The penalty is declined, 1st down.
So a hold on the Huskies will be declined. The Chieftains will take over. So now we'll see the Chieftain offense led by, as you called him, Michael the Gunslinger, Darren Welch.
Yeah, Coach 3 was very focused on Welch and very focused on their passing attack. But you know, he reiterated that it starts at the point of attack in the trenches on the offensive and defensive line. You know, he just wanted to focus on those very fundamental things at the line of scrimmage.
So Welch from the shotgun. He'll look right. He's got a man. And just a little too far out in front of Jason Azar there. Right around the 50.
Azar had a step, too.
But I like the shot there, Michael, on first down, taking that deep shot to one of your probably bigger threats in this offense in Azar.
Yeah, it's good. It shows the defense. You're not playing around. You got a quarterback with a strong arm, and you're going to use it. Especially in high school football. I mean, if you can execute the deep pass, you're going to have a very successful offense.
So the Chieftains come to the line, second down, just inside 10 minutes here in quarter number 1. They'll go handoff this time. Azar, a big run as he breaks the tackle. He's out around the 50 and just couldn't shake the last tackle, but he gets across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line, and a big run on 2nd and 10 from that big-time playmaker, Jason Azar.
Hey, Azar was on the kickoff, too. He's been running with purpose today. He hit that hole like he meant business.
And in talking to Coach Maruli preseason about Azar, he said would take on a bigger role within this offense this year, both in the passing game and running game, and you're seeing both those kind of here in the early going as they go back to him on back-to-back plays. Welch goes handoff. This is Chase. Stays on his feet, lowers his shoulder, gets across the 40 and down to around the 36-yard line. That'll be a big first down on a run by Dylan Chase.
This Lakeview defense is going to have to cut down on those broken tackles if they want to contain this offense. Back-to-back plays, you had 2 broken tackles that extended the play.
And I mentioned those 3 returning starters along that offensive line for Lakeview, but the Chieftains as well have a couple returners on their offensive line as they go handoff once again straight up the middle to the 20, stiff arms, and finally taken down around the 15-yard line. Another strong run by Dylan Chase, the senior running back.
Got some excellent lanes opening up in the middle of this offense, and you're seeing that after Azar and Chase just broke off big runs right up the middle.
So Dylan Chase leads this team in tackles defensively, can also run the ball, as we've seen here on this first possession for the Chieftains. 8:35 to go first quarter, no score. Lakeview turned it over on downs on their possession. Now Chieftains with their first shot at it. Ball spotted at the 15, 1st and 10. Azar trying to cut it back towards the middle. Got a couple on the run. They say ball might have come out. And the referees say it did. A turnover to the Huskies. As we take a look at the replay here, Azar just trying to cut it back from the blocks. And
looks like number 9, Carson Eunice, with the rip right there.
Yeah,
great
Eunice
effort.
Did well to keep Azar on his feet until that ball came out. So it'll be Huskies ball spotted at the 15 following the turnover.
Great defensive play to save what was most likely going to be points on this drive.
Witt goes handoff. Broke a couple tackles around the line of scrimmage and gets about 5. Bahara on the tackle for the Chieftains. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Ball spot at the 21. Witt under center. He'll go handoff again. Just pushing the pile forward right around that first down line. He'll get across it. And maybe about a yard or 2 more, it looks like. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line, and that'll move the chains.
Back-to-back good plays from that offensive line. Immediately setting the line and pushing them back, giving their running back some space. Both offensive lines have been, you know, impacting the game incredibly so far.
First down and 10. Witt will step under center. We'll see where this ball gets handed off to this time. And trying to stretch it out. Looks like they handed off to Austin Stockett, and he was dropped right. Maybe a 2-yard loss it looks like they'll give him on first down.
Last week, Lakeview lost to Grosse Pointe 41-0. Very big loss. They gave up some big runs on QB scrambles and even a 50-yard bomb on a rollout. So they really struggled defensively to contain. And that's really what Coach Pat 3 talked to me about before the game, too, was just eliminating mistakes. Breaking it down to the elementary level and just focusing on fundamentals. And hopefully they can clean those up today.
They'll go handoff again. Able to bounce off a few tackles and gain about 6 or so back on that run. But it'll bring up third down and about 5. And Michael, to your point, talking about breaking things down for this Huskies defense, already a turnover now that they've forced in this game. So definitely see maybe an early improvement from week 2 to week 3. But now their offense faced with a 3rd and 5 as we approach 5.5 to go first quarter here from Swinehart Field. Still no score. Huskies with their second possession of the ball game. Witt under center. Some misdirection again. They'll go handoff. And I think that was Anthony Flowers right there at the point of attack to bring him down. And he maybe gets 2 on the run.
Yeah, it seems like after the first run where the Utica defense just really wasn't expecting that misdirection and that cutback, they've really strengthened up their defense and contained the running backs incredibly. Very few big gains given up by this defense after that first one. And that's a great adjustment to make because this Lakeview team is relying heavily on the run.
Now a 4th and 3 situation. They went for it on 4th down. Their first possession, didn't get it, and they'll line up to punt. This time around, a short kick. And it takes a Husky bounce right around the 40, and it'll settle there at the 41-yard line.
Pretty good field position for the Chieftains. Last drive, they took over at about their own 30, about 26-yard line, and they were still able to move the ball all the way into the red zone. So better position now. Let's see if they can capitalize on that.
Their last drive, bitten by the turnover bug, is the fumble by Jason Azar.
But prior to that fumble, they were moving the ball with ease. You know, the fumble erased all that progress, but this Lakeview defense is going to have to step up if they want to slow down this offense.
Welch will operate from the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right. 3 receivers at the top of the formation as he'll drop back, look middle. He's going to take a deep shot. Now lets it go for Flowers, and it's just through his hands and incomplete.
Beautiful pass.
Just unable to connect. Welch was with Anthony Flowers. Had a 13-yard touchdown connection with Flowers a week ago, one of 3 touchdowns that Welch threw in that loss to Stevenson.
And you can see the confidence on that last throw, too. He stepped into that thing. He had a clean pocket, and he let it fly. And if you're Utica, that's all you can ask for.
Welch so far 60% through his first 2 games on the year as they line up for 2nd down and 10. They'll go handoff middle. Just dragging tacklers with him is Azar, and he's able to pick up 6. Azar came into play tonight, 71 rushing yards on the year and 1 touchdown. And when I talked with Coach Maruli before the game, he talked about the success that their passing attack has had through the first 2 games, but they really want to focus on getting that run game going to support that and take a little bit of pressure off Darren Welch. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. They'll go handoff again, straight up the gut, across the 50, and inside the 45, down to about the 44.
That was a very, very pivotal 3rd down for this defense. You know, you stop them there, they're most likely punting. But now you put them on the other side of the field, and they're in attacking position. They have multiple ways they can open up their offense to try to attack you, hit the red zone, maybe go for something deep. And that was your chance. You got to stop them. And they ran the ball, too. Defensive line has to do better on pivotal moments like that, especially when they're on their own side of the 50-yard line.
And just as I had mentioned, wanting to get the running game going on 3rd and 5, they show that they're not afraid to run it there as they go again. Dylan Chase breaks off a big run, and he shakes a tackle. He's at the 10, and he'll be in for a touchdown. Dylan Chase opens the scoring, 6-0 Chieftains, 3:06 to go in the first quarter.
Tremendous display of athleticism there, and he was committed to getting to the end zone. He had broke a couple tackles, had some very nice cuts there, and as soon as he saw that angle to head to the back right corner of the end zone, he was gone.
Jack Mahoney on to kick the extra point. That one's up and good, so 7-0 our score. Chieftains ahead of the Lakeview Huskies. With 3:06 to go, opening quarter here from Swinehart Field. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald.
And it really boils down to that 3rd down. I mean, that was a huge moment, you know, at your own 45, 46 about to get that 1st down and put yourself in position. And, I mean, Dylan Chase did the rest.
Yeah, you see the replay here on your screen as Chase got around that left side, really had his eyes downfield looking for those open areas and just kept his feet moving.
Some great footwork and cuts by these Utica running backs so far. Very deft feet, quick, and they hit those holes hard, just like you're supposed to.
They'll squib the kick. It's fielded by Lakeview. He'll get it up around the 40, taken down at the 39. Looks like that was number 3, Matt Horick, that fielded that kick. So the Huskies will have it there at their 39-yard line, 1st and 10, looking to answer back the score from the Chieftains and Dylan Chase.
Now, if I'm Lakeview, you got to try to get points here. You know, the Utica offense has moved the ball incredibly well. I would look to attack the flats, maybe try to get some short passes that could maybe break for something longer. Just keep it within your control and chip away slowly.
So Witt goes in the shotgun, and he'll be sacked in the backfield by 42, Gavin Zbytowski.
Zbytowski just flew around that edge, and with the fumbled snap, they really didn't stand any chance. But it looked like they were looking to attack the flat. I saw Carson Eunice blocking and hitting the flat after he released. I like that. I like the strategy there of just trying to maybe take some screen passes, some short passes, and not let the Utica defensive line control you like they have been so far.
And for Zbytowski, 2 tackles for loss coming into play tonight. Had 8 total tackles on the year. Now gets to add a sack to that total. And that brings up 2nd down and 19. And we'll get a timeout on the field called by Lakeview with 2:07 to go, 1st quarter. And Michael, since we have a moment, get your thoughts here on the first 10 minutes or so of action.
I mean, it really just like the coaches talked about before the game, it starts at the line of scrimmage. And to me, Utica, on offense and defense, their lines have been in control. They've been opening holes in the offensive end, and they've been containing Lakeview incredibly well. They have not let anything get to the outside, whereas Lakeview has done a bad job containing Utica in their offense, letting their runners hit the outside or just have wide open holes up the middle. And you really need to cut that back if you're going to beat this team. And in my opinion, you're going to have to start opening up, maybe throwing a little bit more too, because they are moving the ball with ease on you, and you need to start firing back.
And as much as we've talked about the passing attack with quarterback Darren Welch for Utica, all of a sudden the score in the game, the lone score so far, a big run by Dylan Chase in the running game.
Well, when you have a quarterback like that with that kind of arm, it opens up a lot on the ground.
So on 2nd and 19, a run up the middle. Looks like they'll get about 4 back on 2nd and long. So still puts them in a bit of a down and distance situation on 3rd down and 14.
Somewhat of a tentative game plan, I would say, from Lakeview so far. Sticking to the ground. You know, I'm sure that's maybe where they feel the most comfortable. But they're struggling to get those chunk plays that you want, those big 6, 8, 10-yard runs that Utica's getting with ease.
And they did have the one big run on their opening possession, but Chieftain defense held strong. Witt to pass, some pressure coming, chasing him out of the pocket. He'll get outside, down the sideline, drops his shoulder right at midfield, and driven out.
Incredible run. I mean, I thought he was going to be on the backfield, but kept going, evaded those defenders, and was somehow able to get a first down on about a 12-yard run there, which it almost looked like he was going to be caught in the backfield for a sack.
And he got driven out right at the first down line, so that'll move the chains. Ball spotted at the Huskies' 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 there, 1:14 left in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and despite the big run, too, some great work again from those defensive ends setting the edge. They were just unlucky that quarterback Tristan Witt escaped.
Witt goes handoff again up the middle. Falling forward, they'll mark him down after a gain of 6.
That play's worked twice in a row for him, getting about 4 to 6 yards. I think that's been a positive sign from this team, is that a little fullback handoff has been working pretty well. Great run there from Austin Stockett to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, 6 yards on the run up the middle for the junior running back. As we approach 30 seconds left in the first quarter, Witt, that misdirection handoff again. Right around that first down line. Looks like they'll mark him right on it at the 41. And just like that, they'll move the chains again, setting up a 1st and 10.
And that's the kind of stuff that you can do when you get a positive gain on first down. There's been a couple times that this Lakeview offense has had a first down play that has resulted in negative yardage, and it's ruined their entire game plan. But when you get those 6-yard gains on first down, it's much more safe and comfortable as an offense. You have so much more that you can do.
And they will not run another play here in quarter number 1, so we'll head to the second. Our score, the Utica Chieftains 7 and the Lakeview Huskies nothing, but they are slowly on the move here as they stay committed to the ground game heading into quarter number 2. And Michael, getting your thoughts on quarter number 1 here from Swinehart Field.
It was a tough one for Lakeview. Absolutely, I felt like Utica played a lot better in the first quarter, but what we saw in those last couple seconds there from Lakeview was encouraging. I liked it. Twice on this drive, they ran that little fullback handoff, got 6 yards or so. That's great. Find those plays and utilize them more going forward, and try to find counters based off of those plays. Maybe fake to that guy and pitch it to the running back and try to hit something big.
Well, both teams had big runs in quarter number 1. The Chieftains run resulting in the lone touchdown of quarter number 1. Also a fumble recovered by the Huskies at their 15-yard line. So we'll see what second quarter has in store for us here in just a moment.
I do like this strategy by Lakeview, though. You do have to, there is a certain effectiveness in this strategy. They're the road team, they're in a hostile environment, and they want to control the game. You know, trying to throw, make big plays can be risky and can give a lot of momentum to the other team. So you have to respect that strategy.
So they'll stick with what they've been doing. Handoff goes up the middle, and a nice gain on first down. Call it a gain of about 6.
Austin Stockett's been the most effective back for Lakeview. I'd like to see him get some more carries. Every time he gets the ball, it's a guaranteed 4 or 5, 6 yard gain.
Yeah, they've used 3 runners in this offense so far. Stockett, Eunice, and Griffin, the third one. But you're right, Michael, so far looks like the most effective one at getting some of those big chunk plays on the ground that you talked about is Austin Stockett. So it'll be second down and 3. And it looks like somebody along that defensive line for the Chieftains may have jumped.
You got encroachment on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. 5 yards will give offense a first down.
It looked like 52 Bryce Catellis was the one that jumped a little bit early.
That's a big gift for the Lakeview offense. Now you get a fresh set of downs, and you move inside the 30. So you can be a lot more risky and take some more chances. But they're going to line up in this heavy set again.
Witt. Hands off to Stockett. He's driven back right at the line of scrimmage, but a flag comes in right at the line, so we'll have to see what that is. Just over a minute old here in the second quarter.
Got a personal foul face mask on the defense. That's half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
So a couple penalties against the Chieftain defense moves it deeper into their end. Ball now spotted at the 17-yard line.
And if you're the road team, you love when the home team gives you free yards on penalties like this. You know, make it easier for you. Get yourself in the red zone for free and continue to try to just pound that ball in. And that's what they're going to try to do, I assume, here.
They come up quickly to the line here on 1st and 10. Witt goes handoff right side and met there. A couple Chieftain defenders. Looks like Dylan Chase in there first. Michael Bahora as well. And on the run, that was Griffin taking it for a gain of 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5, ball at the 11. They have to get it down to around the 6-yard line for a first down, so don't necessarily, Michael, have to put this ball in the end zone just yet.
No, of course not. You got, honestly, it's 4-down territory for the offense right now, so you've got 3 more chances to even just get 5.
This is Eunice, patiently to the left side. He'll go for the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. Karsten Eunice puts the ball in the end zone, makes it 7-6 with the extra point upcoming to tie us at 7 with 9:54 to go here in half number 1.
Turns out they can get it back in one play.
Yeah, that's why we're up here and the coaches are down there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that just became a foot race as you see the replay there. Eunice racing to the end zone against a couple Chieftain defenders. Kick is up, it's a line drive and good, so we're all tied at 7, 9:54 to go in the second quarter. And now that ground game's starting to work for the Huskies. as you get one more look at the touchdown replay.
If I'm Utica, though, I'm not too worried about what just happened on this drive. You had two big penalties that really affected everything, and while they were moving the ball, there were some good signs from the defense as well. There were a couple good tackles made, some good contains, some good gaps filled. You know, Utica's offense has been operating a lot better than Lakeview's has so far. So if I'm Utica, I'm just sticking to the game plan. Cut down on those penalties, and that drive might be different.
And they went to the air, the Chieftains did, early within their first possession. Had a shot at Flowers deep, couldn't connect, just through his hands. And then they went almost exclusively to the ground game, but it did work for them, Michael, as they put that first touchdown up on the board on the big run by Dylan Chase, if you're just joining us here.
Oh yeah, it's hard to argue the run strategy by the Chieftains because it is working as well as it can. Each running back is having their way with the defense. But I did like that shot play to start the game, and I think that you had a good look. The receiver had a step. Maybe could have, if he had a couple more steps, maybe could have taken it to the house. And your quarterback can definitely make those throws consistently. So I say, let's have some more shots.
Yeah, I have to believe with the way that Darren Welch has been throwing the ball through the first 2 weeks, they will not be shy to go back to their senior quarterback here tonight.
And not just that, but the offensive line has done a great job on Utica's side.
Azar and Chase were the deep men, and they let this ball go out along the sideline, and there finally comes the flag. Perozek was tracking under it, but alertly just let it fall harmlessly out of bounds. So the ball spotted at the 35-yard line as they walk it all the way up. So it'll be 1st and 10 there. Chieftains looking to respond after the touchdown by Eunice.
Utica will get the ball back at half too, so got to keep that in mind when game planning.
Welch hands off to Azar. Azar fighting through a couple tackles. Looks like they'll give him a yard on forward progress. And yeah, they will, Michael, as you said, get the ball to start the second half. They kicked off to begin our game here from Swinehart Field. And they also have 3 timeouts to work with here in the first half. Lakeview with 2 remaining.
That was the best play I've seen from the Lakeview defense so far, other than the fumble. As a team, though, that was a great defensive play. It didn't give the running back anywhere to go. He had to switch up his feet and try to look for a hole, and he was swallowed up before he could do anything with it.
So Welch out of the shotgun, 2nd and 9. They'll go back to the pass game. Wide open is Perozek. He's down the sideline, and there he goes! House call for the Chieftains. Zach Perozek. And just like that, we were waiting to see when they go back to the air with Darren Welch, and we have got our answer.
Great throw, great catch, good job after it too, but that play was beautiful. They set a fake screen, got both the DBs biting on the fake bubble screen, and number 17, Zach Perozek, had an open line to the end zone, right down the sideline. Great play there, caught the defenders when they weren't expecting it.
Extra point is up and good by Jack Mahoney, 14-7. A couple big plays leading to touchdowns for the Chieftains here in the first half.
Didn't take them long, did it, to answer that? About 30 seconds off the clock, they got another 7.
And for Welch, the passing yards continue to pile up for him here in the early going of our 2021 season. Had 619 coming into play tonight, averaging north of 300 per game. Also went 32 out of 50 a week ago against Stevenson in a loss.
Yeah, you can tell he's got talent. He's tall, he's got poise, he's got arm strength. Multiple times today I've seen him stand in the pocket, feet set perfectly, and just let a beautiful ball rip. It's no surprise that he's racking up yards like that.
Had some big passing plays leading to scores a week ago, a 13-yarder to Anthony Flowers, a 45-yarder to Jason Azar, and that, I saw the replay of that a few days ago, was an absolute rope down the field. And also had a 21-yarder to Tommy Boyd on the kickoff, fielded around the 10-yard line. And bringing it all the way out across the 25 down to around the 27-yard line is Austin Stockett.
This is a very pivotal drive for the Huskies right now. You've got Utica with a lot of momentum, a lot of offensive firepower, and you're back deep in their territory. Got a penalty too.
The return team, number 59. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Now they're even deeper in Utica territory.
Holding was the call, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty, so back it up from the 26 to the 16. It'll be 1st and 10 there. And once again, the Huskies offense looking to respond after a big play leads to a score for the Chieftain offense. Witt back under center. He'll survey the defense. They'll go handoff again. Now to the left side, breaks the tackle to the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Looks like he got enough for the first there before he stepped out. Nope, they'll say just about a yard short. That was Eunice on the run.
Both Eunice and Stockett have both been very effective running backs today. Eunice with a touchdown earlier and Stockett with a couple of nice gains on that previous drive.
So Eunice doesn't get the first down, but it'll be 2nd down and 1. They run the same play. Eunice gets the first down and a couple of yards more out across the 30.
You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That sweep's been very effective for them all day.
And on the replay there, Chieftains did well to blow up one of those lead blockers, as you mentioned, Michael, on that sweep play. Just not able to get to the ball carrier until he got out to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Huskies still with 2 timeouts left. They'll run it up the middle. And he'll get about 3 on the run.
I feel like Lakeview is attempting to just move methodically, drain the clock a little bit. You know, don't give Utica a ton of extra possessions before they get the ball back at half, and just try to keep it within 1 score, or preferably tied at this point. The crowd's getting a little bit of energy in them. The sideline's getting pumped up. You know, you want to put some cold water on that. You want to have things be at your pace.
Back to the action on 2nd down. Flag down behind the play. Witt all the way to the sideline. Right around again that 1st down line. But we'll have to check on the flag first. And these ball carriers for the Huskies, Michael, seemingly always knowing where that 1st down line is because they get right up to it.
Number 55 on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still 2nd down.
Looks like Rance Purry flagged for the hold, so that'll negate the run by Witt.
Yeah, that's a brutal mistake right there for the offense, because that was a pretty good gain by the quarterback, and now you're behind the 8 ball. And you know, it's a pretty big mistake to make, but Coach did say before the game, it's a kid game played by kids. They're going to make mistakes. If we give effort on every play, we can handle those mistakes. So he had a good attitude about it.
Second down and looks like they'll say 15. Go handoff again. This is Eunice. Left side run. He'll get, looks about 2 on the run. So that'll put them in a 3rd and long. And to your point, Michael, that seems like in talking with a lot of these coaches that we're matched up with here at Swinehart Field, that seems to be a theme with every coach we talk to, is just the progression week after week, just getting better at a lot of those little things like you talked about in each week, just trying to get a little bit better than you were a week ago. And that's something that even talking pregame with Chieftain head coach Matt Marulli, that he talked about a ton, especially after the way their offense performed in a loss a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's high school football. You know, you've got a lot to take from the good and the bad. And, you know, at the end of the day, they're just people out there playing this game. And you can't get too focused on the negative.
So some misdirection again on the run. Goes up the middle. And he's stacked up and dropped after a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. So just gets across that original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th down. And, excuse me, 4th down and 8. Jason Azar back deep for the Chieftains, right around his 40-yard line. Good snap, kick is away, it's a line drive. Azar fields it at his 43, gets across the 50 and down to the Huskies 40, so a nice return there. Right around that 1st down line the Huskies were looking to gain, and he'll be brought down at the 41.
Azar's been playing incredibly fearless today. You know, he's been have no hesitation when he moves with the ball, and even when he was fielding that kick, he had no hesitation. He caught it in stride and was able to just go. Despite the fumble, he's still confident.
So the Chieftains will operate in positive territory from the 41. 4:51 to go first half. Still have 3 timeouts to go as they go handoff Azar. He makes a nice cut up the field, and he'll get about 4 on 1st down, 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, if you're Utica, I mean, the game's in your control right now. You can bleed this clock and try to just score at the very end and take a 21-7 lead in the halftime, or you could try to score as soon as possible and put the pressure on Lakeview. So far, they haven't responded that well to the pressure, so I have a feeling Utica will be going with the latter.
3 receivers to the top. They go play action. Look that way. It's Boyd on the receiving end as he gets across the 30 and driven back, but not before he's able to pick up another Chieftain 1st down. As we get a look at the replay, Boyd just kind of finding that soft spot in the defense. Nice easy pitch and catch, and that's the kind of throws that will get a guy like Darren Welch going.
Yeah, I mean, just pick apart those short throws in the zone, get the defense, you know, reacting to what you're doing instead of you reacting to what they're doing.
1st down and 10, ball on the 29. Azar to the right side. He'll get wrapped up and taken down right back around the original line of scrimmage. We'll see if they give him any forward progress on the run. Looks like they will. They'll give him about 3. Still plenty of time for the Chieftain offense. As we hit 3 minutes to go in the first half. 14-7 our score. Chieftains with the lead and the ball.
Yeah, interesting strategy here to just take your time and drain some clock. I definitely understand it, though, the way they've been moving the ball and controlling everything.
And it looks like we'll get a timeout. It'll be called by Matt Marulli and the Chieftains. So with 2:38 to go in the half, 14-7, our score. Chieftains on the move, looking for more. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald, coming to you live this evening from Swinehart Field. And Michael on 2nd down and 8. If you had to put your coach's hat on for a second, what would you say the play call will be here?
With the way things have been going, I think a safe run is what they're going to do, probably to Azar up the middle. It's been working extremely well, but, I mean, every time they've taken a look downfield, there's been a guy open, there's been a ball that was maybe just off in its placement, and it's tempting to take that shot again.
So Welch to roll to his left. He's got a man deep. Looks that way, it's Flowers, and he's in for the touchdown. Big play, Chieftain offense. 20-7 with the extra point upcoming.
There's that shot play. They knew someone would be open downfield. They just rolled their quarterback to the left and let him make that decision. He put it right on him, but what a catch right there. You're going to see in this replay. High points it, keeps control, and moves forward. Beautiful touchdown.
Welch now his 2nd touchdown pass on the night. Still a whole half of football to go. He puts down the hold. It's up and good. Our score now, the Chieftains 21, the Lakeview Huskies 7. And we get one more look, Michael, at that touchdown throw.
They just put it where the defender couldn't get it. Beautiful throw. Even better catch.
So Welch now 7 touchdown passes on the year. Mentioned had 3 a week ago, now 2 already tonight, 2 in the opener as well. As Coach Maruli getting his special teams unit in order for this kickoff that we'll see here in just a few moments.
And I really like that shot play for a few reasons. Number one, it's been working. The defense hasn't been able to control the receivers downfield. Someone's getting by every single time. And 2, it puts a lot more pressure on this Lakeview unit, which has already been susceptible to that pressure. You've seen one team play a lot more calm and composed, and the other team be a lot more rattled and frenetic. And, you know, when you're the team that's at home and you're in control and you're playing more calm, you need to put the pressure on them because, you know, pressure will make or break this game.
Another line drive kick by the Chieftains. And on the return, Austin Stockett. He'll get out to about the 24-yard line, so the Huskies will take it there. 1st and 10, 2:26 to go here, first half.
Now Lakeview's in a tough spot because you're down 14, you don't have the ball at half, and the other team is moving the ball with ease. They've been sticking to this full house, heavy set, just running it with misdirection and you know, reading the defense. But, you know, that can only get you so far. I'm interested to see what they do.
With 2 timeouts to work with, Witt under center. Looks like he lost the handle on the snap. And the Huskies able to fall on it, so they'll maintain possession. Also might have lost a few feet on the fumbled snap.
Good recovery by Stockett there, sticking with the play, keeping your eyes open.
We had a false start on the offense. That penalty to be declined. 2nd down.
So a false start against the Huskies, but the Chieftains elect to decline there, make it 2nd down, and what should be about 10 or 11. Taking a deep shot down the sideline. And the signal is incomplete as he was out of bounds. But taking a look at where the ball was spotted, it looks like they did back them up a few yards, even though the official said that the penalty was declined originally.
Yeah, it should have just been at the spot of where Stockett fell on the ball, but it seems to be a little bit farther back than that.
So from what we see on the field and what's showing on the scoreboard, 2nd down and 15 is the situation. 2:14 to go in the half. 2 timeouts still for the Huskies to use as they make their way up to the line. Still showing that 3 running back set. They'll go with that sweep. And driven back, but unable to bring him down. And now they've got him stacked up deep in the backfield as Karsten Eunice finds himself deep in the backfield, all the way near his 5-yard line. Taking a look at the replay again.
He just never had a chance to begin with. I mean, those defenders were through the line almost as the ball was snapped as soon as he got it. He was just trying to make something out of nothing there, and unfortunately, he would have been better off just hitting the floor as soon as he got tackled.
And with that loss brings up a 3rd and very long now. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. 2:04 to go. Chieftains call timeout, their 2nd of the half.
Yeah, that was a real effect because the play had already been done.
So if the Chieftain defense can get off the field on 3rd and 25, their offense should be able to get the ball back with some very good field position and possibly even a timeout to work with.
Yeah, this is why when you get the ball back at the half, in the first half, at the end of the 2nd quarter, you can play extremely aggressively, and it can pay extreme dividends because essentially you're just working with house money. And great job by the Chieftain defense right there to not just stop Lakeview, but quickly stop them and get the ball right back.
So the Utica defense on the field, awaiting the Husky offense, now making their way back out of the Utica timeout. Chieftains with a lot of bodies on that defensive line. They go run, broke away from the line of scrimmage, got around the 20, but still a ways away from that 1st down line, but at least able to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. So that'll bring up 4th down and
Timeout, fellas.
13.
Timeout.
And the Chieftains will use their final timeout. Now 1:55 to go in the half. We take a look at that 3rd down run.
Yeah, essentially what Lakeview's doing is just trying to give their punter more space. You're not going to get the 1st down. You just got to get some more space so you don't have a disastrous turnover for a touchdown.
And Tyler Griffin able to get a good chunk of yardage there down the middle of the field, but Chieftain's secondary able to converge on him.
Got a little bit of a mix-up here. There we go.
Jason Azar was camped out around his 50, around midfield. But now it looks like the offense will stay on the field for the Huskies. And the pitch lost in the backfield. And the Chieftains say they recovered it. And they did, around the 10-yard line. So the Huskies just trying to make something happen on 4th and 13. And it ends up going the completely wrong way there.
Yeah, I understand wanting to try to get something going and just go for it because, you know, a punt is only going to go so far too. But I'm not sure if that was the correct choice.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 10 Chieftains up 21-7. And they are right there on the doorstep for another score, but a timeout on the field called by the Huskies. Their second of the half, so they'll have one remaining. And we'll see what the Chieftain coaches dial up here on first down.
If I had to guess, I'd say probably just some solid runs, trying to drain a little bit more clock and get the halftime with another touchdown. I mean, if you're Utica, that's all you can ask for. Get it at halftime. It's 28-7 and get the ball back. That's every coach's dream.
Yeah, they've had a big play on the ground in the first quarter, got the opening score that way, then a couple passing plays by quarterback Darren Welch. So maybe they go back to the air with Welch here on first and goal from the 10.
Got a one-on-one on the outside. I think they're going to look for it.
They go handoff. Azar gets vertical to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
That works too. Great cut up the middle by Azar there. He's been incredibly effective with the ball in his hands, and you can see why. That's speed.
For Azar, his third touchdown overall, his second on the ground this year, and now two of Utica's running backs with touchdowns here in the first half. Dylan Chase the first, now Azar with one as well. Extra point up, and right down the middle, Jack Mahoney with the extra point. 28-7 our score, 1:43 to go first half as we get one more look at that Jason Azar touchdown.
Man, that juke he put on that first defender, nasty. Froze him right in his tracks.
And once he made that cut to get upfield, you knew he was looking end zone all the way.
I mean, he's got incredible change of pace speed. I've seen him multiple times make a cut and just have a burst of acceleration to hit top speed again. That's dangerous. Can't teach speed.
And the Chieftains up a few scores here. But as we got a shot of the huddle with Coach Maruli there in the center, tried to read his lips, and one word I think I caught there was focus. So with them being up a few scores, doesn't want his guys to get too comfortable with this lead, wants them to still play with a bit of an edge.
I mean, you can make some costly mistakes here still. I mean, you know, botch kickoff, you know, give up a lane for a kick return touchdown. It's a whole different game.
They'll just push the kick on the ground again, and fielding it around the 35, gets to about the 38-yard line. So Huskies still a little bit of time to do something here. 1:38 left in the half. They do have one timeout remaining. That Chieftain defensive line, though, really getting some confidence as the game goes along. So we'll see what they can do here with about 98 seconds left in half number one.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to the big guys on Utica for setting the tone today. On each end, they've been bulldozers.
Witt, hands off. This is Eunice. Got about two on the run, but then driven back by several Chieftain defenders. Take another look at the run. Able to slip by one tackle, but not much there after that. As we enter the last minute of play here in the first half from Swinehart Field, 28-7, Chieftains in the lead. One timeout left for the Huskies, none for the Chieftains. Witt goes handoff middle. Not a lot of room there, just able to fall forward. Gets about 3, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Lakeview here is going to just run out the clock, take it into the half, and try to improve in the second half. And that makes sense. Just keep it how it is, and then focus on slowly improving and eliminating some of those mistakes, because there's been a couple in this first half that didn't necessarily need to happen, and that's why the score looks the way it is.
And it doesn't look like, by the pace of the huddle right now, that they're going to run another play here in the half, but they do get up to the line. And that'll do it for half number 1 from Swinehart Field, 28-7. Chieftains head to the locker room with a commanding lead and some big plays on offense. Michael, your thoughts as we get set to wrap up this first half of play?
I think it just simply boils down to one team has been the aggressor, one team has been playing confident and calm, and the other has been a little timid, playing a little scared, playing a little from behind. And the fact that Utica's the home team, that energy they brought from an opening kick has just imposed their will on this game. And for Lakeview to come back in this game, they're going to need to start maybe switching it up, taking some more shots, and on defense, really sticking to their assignments, filling those gaps and containing.
So as we get set for halftime, the Utica band and dance team getting set to perform here at the half, and we'll take a break. 28-7 again, our score. Chieftains out in front of the Lakeview Huskies. You're watching the Shelby TV network.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Welcome back to Swinehart Field. Just moments away from the start of the second half here on the Shelby TV network. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald. As we take a look at some highlights from that opening 24 minutes. That big run, very early first possession for Lakeview, but then seemingly, Michael, it was all Chieftains after that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see right here, this ground attack was working from the first time they ran, and it has not slowed down ever since. And the Chieftains have not slowed down ever since. That shot right there of a Lakeview defender struggling to keep up has been the entire first half.
Yeah, it was a couple touchdown runs, bookended a couple Darren Welch touchdown passes. Number 6 and 7 on the year for Welch, the senior quarterback. Came in completing 60% of his passes, also averaging about 300+ yards through the air. As we take a look at one of those touchdown passes there to Anthony Flowers. And Michael, you talked about it there before the half. The Chieftains will start quarter number 3 with the ball on the kickoff.
Yeah, expect them to lean heavy on that ground attack again. Try to drain as much clock as they can. They've got control of this game. They know it, and they know what they have to do to get out of here with the W. And that's to continue to hit the ball up the middle, keep striking on the ground, and they just keep doing what they've been doing so far. They'll be getting their first win of the season.
Yeah, you mentioned that first win. Chieftains 0-2 coming into play tonight. Lakeview Huskies 1-1 entering play here on Friday the 10th. This is the first league game for both these teams here in 2021. It's interesting, the all-time matchup is in favor of the Chieftains 12-7-1, but the Huskies now winners of 3 straight in this series.
Yeah, so these seniors for Utica, they haven't beat Lakeview yet.
As we see the Chieftain marching band getting into some activity down by the student section. They just wrapped up their performance here at halftime. Teams continuing to get loose here before we start the third quarter of play here from Swinehart Field.
And I think for Lakeview, the key to getting back in this game is to just stay calm. A lot of these mistakes they made in the first half, they were pressing, and they were clearly feeling the pressure of Utica's offense and defense. They just need to continue to play their game, execute the game plan, and really on defense they need to secure the edges, stop these running backs from breaking so many tackles, get them down the first time that you get to them. No arm tackles. And just contain them, because the moment you give them that lane for a big play, they're going to take it. And they took it every single time in the first half. Every single shot play they took nearly worked.
And you mentioned the defense and handling that rushing attack for the Chieftains. The Huskies defense did have a takeaway in half number 1, a fumble recovery on a strip against running back Jason Azar for the Chieftains. So they are winning that turnover battle thus far, but the scoreboard is heavily in favor of the Chieftains through the first half of play. We are just seconds away from the start of the second half. Chieftains will get the ball to start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Utica has had to punt the entire game so far, and Lakeview has, and that's the difference. Is not only have they been moving the ball better, but you know, their mistakes, they don't let them compound. They have one mistake maybe, that's it. They don't get themselves in these situations where it's 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, and they need to scramble to make something happen. They just continue to do what they do and stay within themselves. That's the key.
We see a shot there as both teams make their way out onto the field here at Swinehart Field. For the start of the second half, we see a shot of the student section known as the Tribe here, as well as a few members of the cheer team. The Tribe decked out in their neon here tonight.
And they've had a lot to cheer about, haven't they?
So David Medvedik, to kick off for the Huskies. Dylan Chase, Jason Azar, the deep men for the Chieftains. They'll kick it in front of them. Perozic backpedaling underneath it. Gets across the 30, down to about the 33-yard line they'll spot him at. And that is how we will begin half number 2.
It's going to be important for Lakeview to get a stop here if they want any chance of getting back in this game.
Chieftains will send 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation as Welch checks back with the sideline, make sure they're on the right page here. 1st and 10 from the 33. Welch alone in the shotgun. He'll drop back, looking left. He'll go that way, has a man wide open. It's caught. That looks like Flowers, and he's taken down around the 25-yard line.
So much for playing conservatively, eh? First play, they go 5 wide and take a shot right down the left sideline, and that was a laser, too. That ball was beautiful. Amazing throw. You're going to see it again right here.
Yeah, Welch just looking so comfortable
Wow.
in the pocket here tonight. As you mentioned, Michael had all day to throw that and just found open the wide open Anthony Flowers behind the man in coverage. So the ball spotted at the 26. It's 1st and 10.
What a beautiful pocket, too, by that offensive line. They have been doing a tremendous job on every single pass play. I have not seen quarterback Darren Welch feel any pressure at all.
He'll sit back in the shotgun, handoff Azar. Met right at the line of scrimmage and brought down after a gain of only 1. So he'll get to the 25, but not much doing there on first down following the big play.
Need to see more of that from this Lakeview defense, swarming, attacking.
Number 50 in white, Keegan Tackett, one of the tacklers in for the Huskies. Brings up second down and 9. Chieftain offense on the move once again, up 28-7 here as we play in the third quarter. Chieftain student section beginning to get loud right underneath us here in the press box. Welch looking right, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Back shoulder and just broken up at the last second, incomplete.
It's good defense. No flag there, rightly so.
He was looking for Jack Malone, the backup quarterback and starting wide receiver for this Chieftain team. And a nice job turning and breaking that pass up at the very last second. Was number 23, Joshua Turner, the senior defensive back.
He stuck with him the whole way, and he was right in his hip pocket. Tried to make a little push, but it didn't really work. And more of that is what Lakeview needs. Stick with your man. Don't let him get past you, because when they get past you, who else is going to hit him?
So the ball is still at the 25. It's third down and 9. Welch has a running back to his left. 3 receivers to the bottom. Holds on to it. Now throws end zone and nobody there. Looks like a little bit of a timing issue there on that throw.
He just overthrew him. And I think he was a little bit too locked in on that read, too, because he had a man right down the middle going for the post. I thought he could hit, but look right here. Feels a little pressure for the first time. Makes that overthrow.
Yeah, looking in the direction of Azar. Had the safety, looks like, coming over the top. A beautiful shot by our camera crew there at the sky here over Swinehart Field.
Looks like they're going to be going for it and back out in the 5 wide. So let's see if Lakeview can get one last stop. This would be huge for their defense.
Welch again alone in the shotgun. He'll bring a man in motion across the formation. That looks like Chase. He's looking left. He'll throw over the middle. Got Flowers, and he's in for the touchdown with a dive.
The somersault finish on his second touchdown of the day. Ooh, celebrate on him. Yeah, he knows.
Darren Welch, back-to-back games with 3 touchdown passes. Puts him at 8 on the year, and number 8 was a beauty over the middle. Second of the game to Anthony Flowers.
He's putting that one on his Instagram, isn't he?
For Flowers, number 4 is the extra point up and good. As we get one more look at that pass, Welch to Flowers, and the acrobatic finish.
Yeah, he just hit that slant, shook his man, and he was free for the end zone. Not sure what Lakeview should do to try to combat that, but man-to-man did not work on that touchdown pass.
So our score now, Chieftains 35, Lakeview Huskies 7. Still 10-12 to go here in the third. Lots of time left, but Chieftains firmly in control here from Swinehart Field.
And if I'm Coach Threet here, I mean, it's a daunting deficit, definitely. You got 28 points, you're on the road, and they've been running all over your defense. But what you need to do is put that pressure on their defense. It's going to take some heart, it's going to take some fight, but you got to get their defense feeling uncomfortable.
Chieftains just let this one roll down the field, and it rolls out on the near sideline, out of bounds, and that will bring out the penalty flag.
That's what I'm saying. This Utica team has been playing with a ton of swagger, a ton of energy on the defensive side, and you need to cut that down. You need to, you know, give yourself some confidence, give yourself some momentum, because they've got all of it right now. And, you know, even though it's 28 points, crazier things have happened, and got to start chipping away sometime.
So we'll see what Tristan Witt, the senior quarterback, and his offense can come up with here. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll send 2 receivers out to the top of the formation, but they'll stick with the ground game, and not a lot of room up the middle, maybe gets a yard. That was Austin Stockett again on the carry.
Yeah, it seems like they are really swarming on this misdirection. They're not getting fooled anymore. You know, first play of the game, it got them a nice long run, and a couple times on these dive handoffs, you've been getting some good chunks. But for the last 6 minutes of game time, these misdirections haven't been working. You gotta pivot to something else. I'd love to see some screens.
Witt looking to pass. Looked like he wanted to pull it down. Now he'll throw. That ball's picked off. Dylan Chase with the interception. He's got a run back. He's across the 40 to the 35. He's got some blockers in front of him down the near sideline and finally out of bounds. But not until he gets down. Referee marks him down at the 17-yard line.
What a read. What a read on that pass. He read it so well, he was able to jump straight up and just pick this ball off. Mine.
Going up against Joshua Turner, the intended receiver. And then the defensive back that also plays running back on offense, Dylan Chase, with the solid return, had some blockers in front of him down that near sideline. So with 9:13 to go, 3rd quarter.
And the worst part is I think that was a great call by Lakeview. And you get a one-on-one, and a deep shot, your quarterback just underthrew the ball. And that was a killer for this team because I think had that ball been properly placed, you know, Lakeview could be in the red zone right now. But underthrown ball, great read by the defender, and incredible run back from the whole team. And now Utica's threatening to score again.
So ball spotted at the 11, 1st and 10 from there. They're trying to get it down. The 1-yard line can give them a 1st down. So don't have to put the ball in the end zone here on the next few downs. Welch hands it off. Chase, the cutback, nobody's home, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
He couldn't get it all in the interception, so he said, don't worry about it. I got it on the run. Interception and touchdown.
Dylan Chase making his presence felt on both sides of the ball. Touchdown number 2 on the day for him, both coming on the ground. The extra point upcoming for the Chieftains. Jack Mahoney to kick, Welch the hold.
And that's another great kick. And that's a good. Let's go.
Kicks up and good. Our score, the Chieftains 42, Lakeview Huskies 7, 9:07 to go, 3rd quarter. We get one more look at that Dylan Chase touchdown.
Hole so big you could drive a truck through it. Darren Welch, as soon as he saw that hole, the offensive line opened up. He held his 2 arms up. He knew.
On the Shelby TV network, alongside my broadcast partner Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald. And Michael, you said throughout this game the job that this Chieftain offensive line has done for these running backs and for quarterback Darren Welch, and we saw it there on that play, the big hole like you mentioned, just opening up on that left side of the offensive line.
Oh yeah, and I mean you can see it on both sides. One side, the Lakeview Huskies are getting swarmed as soon as their running backs touch the ball. On the other side, you've got Utica just waltzing through wide open holes. They could walk through these things, sleepwalk through them. The offensive line of Utica has been the most impactful group of players in this entire game.
Mahoney pushes it on the ground again. Chieftains get down there to cover. Scooped up by the Huskies. Not a lot of room as he gets out across the 30, down to about the 32-yard line.
Good job to stick with it there, prevent another turnover for Lakeview on that kick return.
And we're being told up here in the booth, with the score differential sitting where it is, the clock will continue to run. So the Huskies will have it 1st and 10, ball on the 32. 8:20 and counting here in the third.
How about Utica with this quick offense? I feel like they have scored 4 touchdowns in the past 6 minutes of game time. Incredible.
Yeah, they had that touchdown late in the first half. We thought they'd go run. Instead, they rolled out and through to the end zone. Run here on 1st down for the Huskies. Gets them about 4 on 1st down. But yeah, you said it, Michael, just the quick plays, the deep shots that they've taken, both on the ground and in the pass game. Welch now up to 3 touchdowns on the night as you get a replay of that 1st down run.
And then on top of that, you have the excellent field position that Utica's had on multiple possessions. It was the one possession that they stopped Lakeview on 4th down in Utica territory, and then that interception return set them up in the red zone again. So great field positioning as well.
Witt, the 3-year quarterback for this team, hands off. Couple of yards up the middle, but still a few yards short of that line to gain. Looks like they got to get it down to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Lakeview has realized that, you know, moving through the air isn't going to be a possibility for them, and they're just trying to continue to play their game on the ground, execute the game plan, and just continue to improve, like Coach said before the game. You know, the 35-point deficit here and the struggles you've had in the passing game, it just makes sense to play it safe and get out of here.
So on 3rd down and 3, ball at the 39. Huskies make their way to the line. Witt will line up under center, still showing that 3 running back look as we've seen for, I'd say about 98% of the game tonight. They go handoff this time to the right, pushing the pile forward, and it looks like he will get that 1st down. A solid run by Tyler Griffin, the junior running back.
I just think the main difference between these teams is one has a vastly superior quarterback, and that makes all the difference when you're playing high school football, because if you have a quarterback you can trust, you can use so many more different formations, you can take more shots, more complex routes, all of that. And that's what Utica has. One of their advantages over Lakeview in this game is just a superior quarterback with a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, and a cannon.
On 1st and 10 they go handoff, trying to drive his way forward, gets out to about the 50. They'll mark him just short of that at the 49, but a solid gain on 1st down. They'll give him 6. As we see the replay, Austin Stockett, the ball carrier, just very patient, Michael, as he hit that little bit of a hole on that right side.
Yeah, you got to give these running backs credit. All the running backs for Lakeview have really displayed a lot of heart and a lot of fight. They've always been constantly fighting for extra yards.
So again, they go handoff, this time left. Spins off a tackle, but he'll come up just about a yard shy of that 1st down marker. Does get it across midfield, however.
It's very clear that these running backs are the strength of this Lakeview team, but I think it's been made even clearer that the Utica defensive line and linebackers, they have no problem handling these running backs.
Brings up 3rd down and 1, 4:23 to go here, 3rd quarter. Witt, handoff. Breaking a few tackles, still up on his feet as he hits the 40 and finally brought down there. is Stockett.
He took the exact same bounce to the right that he did on that other run where he got 8 or 9.
Stockett, very athletic, very shifty. Tough to bring down.
I feel like he just gets lost behind those offensive linemen. Comes out the other side, and the defense doesn't know what to do.
You saw a Chieftain lineman, looks like he got a arm around him as he went by, just unable to bring him down as he hit that hole. So it'll be 1st and 10 ball at the Chieftain 40. Witt under center. They'll go handoff and stacked at the line and driven back. And finally the whistle blows, but a great play in the backfield. Gavin Zbytowski made the play in the hole. They give him no gain on the run, so 2nd down and 10 upcoming. Michael, this Chieftain defense looks like with almost every play getting a little more confident than the last. And that could be big for them going forward as they gave up 42 a week ago to Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they can tackle like this and contain like this, they'll be able to have a lot more success than they previously showed earlier this season. You know, stopping the ground game is pivotal to winning football games, and they've shown the ability to do that in some capacity here today, just with strong tackling really being the main thing. You know, you rarely see these Lakeview running backs or quarterbacks breaking too many tackles, but you see it on the other end all the time. This Chieftain defense is just much better at bringing them down the first time.
Karsten Eunice, the ball carrier on that last run. Michael Bahora brought him down. Gain of 1, so it'll be 3rd down and 9. Cut back by the running back. He gets upfield and brought down. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the line to gain. So that'll bring up 4th down. And I would have to imagine in this situation that Pat 3 is looking to go for it here.
Oh, yeah, it just depends on who's getting the ball. I think something that this offense really could do to open it up moving forward is institute some sort of tap pass. You see it a lot with the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL, where you send a receiver in motion, you get it to the quarterback, and all they do is just essentially lay it up right in front of them, right to the running receiver, and you just build momentum. You get a quick little pass and some misdirection. I think that could be some stuff that this offense would benefit from.
Handoff on 4th and 3, breaks a couple tackles, pushes his way ahead, gets the 1st down and about 2 yards more as we hit the final minute of play here in quarter number 3. 42-7 our score. Chieftains in front.
Yeah, but at this point, you know, Lakeview's just trying to establish some positive momentum for next week. You know, this game's got out of their hands, and they just want to do some things right, focus on those, build on those moving forward, and get some good feelings going in that locker room to end this game, because the first half did not go the way they wanted. And, I mean, the floodgates opened in the 3rd quarter, too.
On 1st and 10, Witt fumbled the snap, picked up alertly, though, by Eunice, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss. Looks like they give him a loss of 5 on the run, but just able to fall on that football and keep possession, as it looks like we'll take this to the 4th quarter. So our score after 3, the Utica Chieftains 42, the Lakeview Huskies 7. We got 1 more quarter to go here from Swinehart Field on the Shelby TV network. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Pierce, I'm Stephen McDonald. And Michael, just getting your thoughts on these final 12 minutes and what you'll be looking for from really both these teams heading into week number 4 in MHSAA football.
I just think for Utica, you just want to remain mistake-free for the rest of this game, get some players who maybe haven't seen the field some time, get people more confident, maybe try some things that you haven't, maybe some different people blocking, different running styles. Really, you can just do whatever you want at this point, as long as you just play it safe. And for Lakeview, a win isn't going to happen. It's far, it's out of your reach, but that doesn't mean the game's over. You can still gain a lot from times like this. You can still gain experience, confidence, and that carries over, and it's huge. And you see the student section here going crazy.
We do see the student section putting up their U's in support of their team, up 42-7 as we start the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, wearing the sanitation worker outfit as a little dig at Lakeview, calling them trash.
Huskies on 2nd and 15.
New
quarterback looks like in the game, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much else. So that'll bring up what should be a 3rd down and 10. They'll call it 11.
Looks like Josh Turner and the Wildcat there. Thought they could try something new. Well, their version of the Wildcat.
Good job out there by 23, Angelo Marcoux, to bring him down.
I think now is the time for Lakeview to maybe execute some more passes, just take some risks, do something, because you have nothing to lose at this point. You know, you just have a lot to gain, experience.
Bouncing off a couple would-be tacklers around the line of scrimmage, able to get ahead for a few yards. Looks like they'll give them about 7 on the run, so it'll bring up 4th down and 4. Just over a minute gone by here in quarter number 4.
Yeah, it looks like head coach Pat 3 of the Huskies is giving Tristan Witt the day off, or the 4th quarter off, after going down 42-7. Just going to play it safe here, it seems.
So the ball spotted at the 22. They got to get it to about the 18 for that 1st down. Hits the hole, pushes his way forward, and he might have landed right around there. Yep. You see the official on the far sideline signaling 1st down.
It's a smooth little cut there. I like that one. Had 2 of their backs going to the left. Other one coming out in front of the quarterback. A little misdirection.
Yeah, it's one thing I've been really impressed with since that first big run that the Chieftain defense gave up to these Huskies running backs, is that they've really done well with a lot of that misdirection, really staying sound in their assignments and being able to not give up too many more big plays after that run up the middle here by number 33, Hayden Eunice. And he gets a pretty good chunk of yardage on 1st down.
Yeah, it's clear that the strength of this team is the running backs and the game plan surrounding the misdirection and keeping the defense on their toes. You've seen some good stuff. I just think that Utica as a team has been just faster. And when your main method of moving the ball isn't working, you got to have some counters. And Lakeview really hasn't been able to establish any sort of counter for the speed on the defensive end of Utica.
So they give him 3. 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 15. Inside 9 minutes to play here from Swinehart Field. They'll go handoff again, this time to the left, trying to bounce off some tacklers. Will not get outside, and he's brought down by a host of Chieftain defenders. That was 26, Brandon Harris, the sophomore, on the carry. One more look at the run by Harris.
You know, it seems that with the strength of this team being running the ball, especially with Tristan Witt, he showed some good running ability when he was in the game. I think it would serve this team to introduce more than just the misdirection, maybe some option plays, some design quarterback runs could be nice, because they have a great group of runners. It's just about utilizing them as effectively as you can.
They'll go handoff again, straight up the middle. Found a little bit of running room there. Able to break free and right at the sticks will move for a 1st and goal. Ball spotted at the 7-yard line, so Huskies not ready to call it quits just yet, looking to punch one in. That was Eric Simmons, number 13 on the carry, a freshman on this Huskies team.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, is it's good to get players like that involved, get these freshmen in there, get these young kids in there, give them some experience, and maybe they'll help you out later in the season.
Run this time to the right side of the line. Not a whole lot of room there. Brought down right around the line of scrimmage was Hayden Eunice. Looks like they'll give him no gain on 1st and goal. And combine the running clock with the running attack of the Huskies, and we're already inside of 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. 42-7, still our score. Chieftains have had the lead the entire way.
If you blink, you might miss the 4th quarter.
They'll go handoff right to the outside, string it out, and the Chieftain defense meets him on the edge. That was Eunice again. Hayden Eunice. We saw a lot of Karsten Eunice here tonight. Grabbing on and wouldn't let go was 22, Alessandro Van Samays. One of the Chieftains starters defensively still in the ballgame. Looks to me, Michael, that they have many of their starters still in defensively.
Well, you know, despite being up this big, these guys want to play, and that experience will serve them great still. I mean, these are situations that you can carry into other games. Red zone, heavy running team, stuff like that. It's all teachable.
The freshman up the middle near the goal line, and they'll say just short. Mark him at the 1. That was Eric Simmons with the strong run. Just denied at the goal line.
But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, all these situations, football is such a situational game, that getting these players in these situations to have lived experience is very valuable. So on defense, it serves you to keep your starters in sometimes, especially early in the season, if you want to get them those reps in those specific situations like goal line and teams who use 3 backs and stuff that they will probably see later in the season.
So here we go, 4th and goal from the 1. Huskies looking to punch one in. The snap is fumbled, and they're able to fall on it, but it was 4th down anyway, so the ball goes back over to the Chieftains. As Joshua Turner able to fall on it, but again, it didn't matter. It'll be Chieftain football deep in their own territory. They'll spot it at the 5. And Michael, to your point about just giving some of these guys some reps, giving them some confidence, I think that's a big thing that these coaches for the Chieftains will be able to take away from this game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said earlier, they gave up 42 points to Stevenson a week ago. Coming here and giving up just 7 to the Huskies and their rushing attack is going to be something that I think they carry with them the rest of the way. And obviously you hope that in a game like this, late in the 4th quarter, the score being what it is, you don't want to see any of those usual players, the starters, get hurt. And so far that hasn't been the case, thankfully, as we see a switch at quarterback for the Chieftains. As we talk about leaving some of the starters in, it'll be number 12, Jack Malone, as he hands off up the middle, a lot of room. He's out across the 30, heading for the 50. It's a foot race down the sideline, and he did not step out. Touchdown, Chieftains. Jaden Slaughter, 95 yards to the house.
When it rains, it pours, and it is monsooning at Swinehart Field right now as Utica adds their 7th touchdown to the board.
And we'll take another look at it. Malone made the handoff, and his job was done. It was all Jaden Slaughter from there. 95 yards down the near sideline. Looked like he may have stepped out, as you mentioned. The official didn't make the call.
The official was too busy flipping over the defender, head over heels.
Yeah, you hope the official's okay there. The kick is up and good on the hold from Welch. And another big play for this Chieftain offense. That's been the name of the game here tonight.
And no one is happier than that kicker.
For the black and orange. Jack Mahoney has had a pretty sizable workload here tonight, kicking extra points, kicking off. As we get one more look at the Jaden Slaughter touchdown. Just breakaway speed by the senior running back.
Mama, there goes that man. He was gone.
And Michael, I'll tell you what, for those at home that don't know, I am a graduate of Utica High School, and I have to say, after watching countless games here from Swinehart Field, this may be one of the more electrifying offenses I've seen from Utica for as long as I can remember.
Just a ton of speed all over the board. I mean, quarterback Darren Welch has that arm, but everyone he's been throwing to has been just faster than their opponent. I mean, it's just been complete outmatching of speed, and they've taken advantage of it time and time again.
And to reiterate the point made in talking with Coach Maruli pregame, said that he wanted to really get the ground game going to take some of that pressure off of Welch and the passing game. Obviously, we've talked a lot about the success that they've had passing the ball. Welch now up to, I believe it was 8 he ended the game with total for the year so far, as he had 3 here tonight in just about 3.5 quarters of play. But they've had those big plays in the running game tonight. 3 now on the ground, 3 through the air, so definitely were able to, at least for tonight maybe, get that running game going the way I think they would have wanted to.
Yeah, you saw a lot of great stuff in that running game, and for them, it's just icing on the cake because you got a good quarterback who can throw. That's incredibly valuable in itself. And then you've got these speedy, shifty running backs with acceleration out the wazoo, and I mean, that just gives you so many more options moving forward in this league play, as Utica will get their first league win here today.
Run up the middle on first down. He'll get about 12. That's the freshman again on the carry, number 13, Eric Simmons. So the freshmen come in here late in the game and definitely shown us something here in the ground game for the Huskies.
Yeah, if I'm the Huskies coach, there is a big positive to be taken away from this, despite the score. Your running backs played amazing. They did all they could.
Another run nets them a first down as they get across midfield down to around the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and for Lakeview, you just want to get one more. You just want to try to get a touchdown before the game ends. Just for morale, momentum, confidence.
And they came oh so close on their last possession. Got it all the way down to the 1, but a fumbled snap on 4th and 1. Turned it over on downs to the Chieftains. And Jaden Slaughter took care of the rest. Run it to the right side, and another gain on first down. Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, you mentioned those fumbled snaps. We've seen quite a few of those today from the Huskies, and that's something they really got to clean up, because when you have those fumbled snaps, even if the ball isn't lost, it still throws everything off. It throws the entire momentum of the play off, and it can lead to those demoralizing 10-yard losses that just screw up an entire drive, and that happened multiple times tonight.
On first down, they run it again, break a tackle, hits the 20. He's still on his feet. And finally dragged out of bounds inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line.
That's sophomore Brandon Harris on the carry. Youngster not showing any fight out there.
Yeah, we've seen a freshman and sophomore now take over in the backfield for the Huskies, and they have really done their part here the last few minutes to try and put something on the board for Lakeview.
clock winding down. Let's see if they can get another play.
This should be the final play. To the goal line, stretching, and he won't get there. Again, marked down at the 1.
Come on, coach, call timeout.
That was, again, the freshman, Eric Simmons. So back-to-back possessions, the freshman stopped at the 1-yard line, and that will do it. The Chieftains come away with a big home win in week number 3 of MHSAA football, 49-7. Our final score here from Swinehart Field.
An absolute masterclass on the offensive and defensive line from the Utica Chieftains. I talked all game about this offensive line, setting the pace, but man, that defensive line was swarming to the ball. They were energetic. They were pumped. They were playing like they were playing their hearts out, and you could tell.
And Michael, looking out at the field, looking up at the scoreboard, you may have gotten your wish. I believe the Huskies called timeout. 3 seconds to go in the game, folks.
You know what?
On the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. This will be, whatever happens, will be the final play.
I love it. I love it.
But you would love to see the Huskies be able to punch one in here just to, as you said before, Michael, just go out on a bit of a high note here.
Yeah, I mean, when you tie the game up at 7-7 and then give out 42 unanswered points, it's demoralizing. It sucks. And for these kids, you know, you just want to end on a positive note. Give them some good feelings on this Friday night and move on to the next week.
Misdirection, takes it himself, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Keeping it was Joshua Turner. The senior wide receiver moved to quarterback as they took out Tristan Witt earlier in the quarter, and that is how the game will end. 49-13, officially your final score. The Huskies do put one up on the board before all is said and done. But as we get ready to wrap this one up here in just a few minutes from Swinehart Field, Michael, your final thoughts?
Just Utica, great game. I think they did everything right. They stuck to their game plan, and they made almost no mistakes outside of that fumble. It was a very well-executed game, and that was the difference. Is one team really executed and really was confident, and the other was panicked. Their feet were back. They were back on their heels, and they were just caught lacking, and they got hit in the face early and didn't know how to respond.
Well, Utica with the win improves to 1-2 on the year. Lakeview falls to 1-2, now on a 2-game losing skid. The Chieftains with their first win in league play here in 2021, and now ending the 3-game losing streak that they had coming into play tonight against the Huskies. The all-time series now 13-7-1 in favor of the Chieftains. As we get ready to say goodbye here from Swinehart Field, a big thank you and a shout out to our